Hello everyone and welcome back to my CCNA beginner course. In the last episode we just learned about static routing, where we manually told routers how to reach other networks. But imagine a big network with 50 or maybe even 100 routers. If one route changes, we'll have to manually update every single route. So that is a lot of work. So as you know, today we're going to make routers a little smarter and we'll teach them how to learn routes. Today we're going to use dynamic routing protocols called RIP, which stands for Routing Information Protocol. So let's get started. But before we get started, we need to know dynamic routing is when routers automatically exchange routes information with each other. In static routing, we tell each router what networks exist and which route to take. But in dynamic routing, the router tell each other what other networks exist. They share updates, learn new networks, and if one route fails, they find another path automatically. And that's the power of dynamic routing. Alright. So what is RIP? RIP is one of the oldest and maybe simplest dynamic routing protocols. It works based on something called the distance vector algorithm. That means routers tell their neighbors about the networks they know, and they actually measure distance in hops, where one hop is equal to one router away. So that's it. RIP or RIP has two versions. RIP version 1 is old, no subnet mask support, and actually we don't use them anymore. RIP version 2 supports subnet masks and classless routing, and that is the only way we use them. So let us build the same topology from the last session. We're gonna need one PC here, one PC here. Two routers, and we're gonna connect them. Alright. So we're gonna assign IP, but before that, let us write it down. 192.168.10. For better understanding, we do this. So assign IP to each PC. Default gateway. .192, 168.1.1. No shutdown. Interface gigabit 0/1. IP address 192.168.2.1.155. No shutdown. So now this one. .192.168.2 2, no shutdown. Remember, if we actually try to undo what we did, like this IP address, you say no IP address and it get deleted, but we need it right now. So we exit and we go to interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 IP address 192.168.3.1.255. No shutdown. Alright, so we configure this one to 192.168.3.2. Alright, so now we ping each PC. IP config on this one, 1, 2, so the other one will be 3, 2. So destination host unreachable. Right, so we don't want to use dynamic, static routing anymore. We're gonna do dynamic routing. We're gonna do RIP. So in here we're gonna write router RIP. So as you can see, router config router. That's different. This tells the router to start the RIP using process and bring the RIP configuration mode. So we're gonna write down version 2 as we spoke earlier. We're gonna write no auto summary. This command actually disables classful auto summarization. So now we're gonna set the networks. We're gonna type network 192.168. We're in this router, so we're gonna set this one and this one. So that will be 1, 0, and the other one, network 192.168, 3, 0. So that's it. And now we're gonna exit and go to the other router. We're gonna do the same thing here. Router, let's begin. Enable conf t router RIP, and gonna use version 2, no auto summary, networks 192.168, 1, 0, and 3, 0. And that's it, I guess. So we're gonna try to ping again. Alright, so now as you can see, we got reply from 3, 2. So that's the communication. So now let's check the IP routes and see what's happening. here. You see there's R. This means that this route was learned through RIP or RIP, and you can see the destination is here. The router access 192.168.30/24 with this port. This port has IP 192.168.2.2, and that's it. If we check the other router, that must be different. You see this R? So this PC, or maybe I can say this router, access 192.168.10, this one, through this port, gigabit Ethernet 0/1. In real networks, RIP isn't used much anymore because it's slow and it's limited to 15 hops. And if a network is more than 15 hops away, RIP considers it unreachable. Modern networks usually use OSPF or EIGRP instead, and we know that they're faster and scale much better. But learning RIP is very important for CCNA because it teaches you how routers share routes automatically, which is the foundation for understanding every other routing protocol. Alright, so let's review what we actually did today. We learned the difference between static and dynamic routing. We configured RIP version 2 on Cisco routers. We verified routes using show IP routes and tested with ping. And we learned how a RIP or RIP automatically updates every 30 seconds. So we just created our first dynamic network, and that was with RIP. Awesome work. In the next episode, we're gonna step further and learn about OSPF, which is faster, smarter, and used everywhere in real-world enterprise networks. So if you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep practicing in Cisco Packet Tracer. See you in the next video.